So the first thing we need to do is set up the router to be able to actually route to certain files and routes. So to do this, we're going to create the first route, which we're going to type flow router route. This is the path that we're creating the route for, and then you pass as the second parameter an object, and that with a semicolon. And you can name the route, so this is going to be named home, then put a comma, and the action function can take params as its argument. Then we open that up, and I'm going to reference here a function that we haven't yet actually created, but we're about to. So the function name is going to be render view, and then in here I'm going to create the object. So this is going to be home, and this is the React component that we're going to create. So basically we have a function here that we need to create called render view, and we pass that a component. So here we're going to create it, function render view, and we're going to reference that object here as component, and then we open it up. And basically all you have to do is type react layout dot render main layout, and we're going to pass it a few parameters. So header is going to be a header component that we need to create. Content is going to be the component we're passing into it. And then footer is going to be a footer component that we need to create. And then hit save. And this is all we need to do. This bit of code is going to render a header, a component, and a footer. So let's get started with the main layout. So we're telling it here to render this React component and pass it these as parameters, so we can actually reference these components inside the main layout component by typing this dot props dot header, content, and footer. And we'll see this in action here in just a moment. So in client, in components, I'm going to create a new React class called main layout.jsx. And here, basically, we're going to get started with how to create React components. So the first thing you need to do is name the component. Mine's going to be called main layout. And we say that's equal to react.createClass. And we open that up with brackets and curly brackets. So all we really need here is the render function, and that's all we're going to do at this point. So type in render, and then in the render function you're going to put return, and you're going to open up just regular brackets. And this is a bit odd, I know, but this is how it's done. So here we can actually print HTML, and it's going to render what we tell it to. So we always need to wrap all elements under a parent container. So I wouldn't be able to say return two divs like this, two siblings. It wouldn't work. So we do need to wrap it. So here we're going to reference the props that came in. And so as an example, I'm going to add another prop here called log this. and it's just going to be a string. This is a property, and I'm going to save that. So in the render function, you can access that by typing console log and then this dot props dot log this, and save that. And I'm going to go to the app here and I'm going to refresh it, and you're going to see two things happening. The first is that home is not defined, and that's because we haven't created the component yet, so we still need to do a bit of work in order for this to work.